Good morning class, standard 9 and 10. Today's chapter history, that is Gandhi era, Partition of India. The Partition of India, so many struggles during the Second World War, after the Quit India movements, finally the British government given independence. The Indian Independence Act was passed in the Parliament July 1st, 1947 to give freedom to India. So after that, the power has been transferred and we got independence August 15, 1947, and Pakistan divided from India 14th August 1947. So this is a story. There is a Crip missions and Mountbatten plan for your examinations. You have to study for this. Crip missions, why they came to India, what are their proposals, failure of the Crip missions, and Mountbatten plan and executed, how he executed the plans. So Muslim League also sometimes agreed, sometimes not agreed. Congress also accepted the proposal or not accepted something. Likewise, what is the problem? Let's see in the chapters. Partition of India. The demand for Pakistan came up in the Lahore session of the Muslim League in 1940. The name Pakistan came from the beginning letters of Punjab, the Afghanistan province, Kashmir and Sindh, and from Balochistan was taken the last syllable, that is Tan, T-A-N is taken from Balochistan, all with the P for Punjab, A for Afghan provinces, Kashmir, K they taken K, and Sindh, Kashmir, I they taken K-I, Kashmir, Pakistan. So all letters they taken from the states, provinces. Jinnah openly said that Hindus and Muslims were completely different in almost all aspects. He said different, the Hindu is a different way and Muslim is a different. Totally openly he said. The nationalist Muslims like Abdul Kalam Azad did not accept Jinnah's ideas. Due to Jinnah's turbulence, only the partition of India has been made. If Jinnah has agreed with the Crip mission plan, then the India would have not been divided. Now, cabinet mission plan. What is a cabinet mission? I told you before the Crip mission. This is cabinet missions. The cabinet missions, the end of the Second World War, the continued unrest in India, and the Labour parties, Mr. Attlee as the Prime Minister, all led to the sending the cabinet ministers to India. He was a newly elected Prime Minister during Second World War. Mr. Attlee sent the cabinet mission to the India. Lord Patrick Lawrence, Sir Stafford Cripps and Mr. Alexander formed the cabinet mission which arrived in Delhi in March 1946. The cabinet mission rejected the demand for Pakistan, saying that the government of India, the proposal services and armed forces all were set up as whole and it was very difficult to divide them. Cannot divide the army and postal services into two parts. The two parts Pakistan is demanded would be far apart. Setting up Pakistan may not solve the communal problem. Now, clauses. What is the clauses of the cabinet mission plan? That is step by step. The cabinet mission came with a proposal which they thought would satisfy the Congress and the Muslim League. They recommended a federation of princely states and British provinces. This would basically handle defense, foreign affairs, and communications. It suggested setting up a three-tier system, that is, provinces, groups of regions, federations. There would be three groups of places. Group A were Bombay, UP, Bihar, Orissa, now Odisha, central provinces and Madras. Group B was made of the Punjab, Sindh and Northwest Frontier Province, that is called NWFB-P. Group C comprised mainly of Bengal and Assam. A constituent assembly would be elected representing in full federations, which would be initially meet as one to drop the constitution of the federation. Then it would divide into three and work out constitutions for provinces and determine whether the constitution was required for the groups. Next, setting up of the interim government was also suggested. India, according to the cabinet mission plan, was given the option of remaining of the Commonwealth or leaving it. Now, reaction of the Congress and League. The Muslim League liked the regional grouping of provinces. Even though initially they were upset because of the rejection of their demands for Pakistan, the Congress was not only happy when told about compulsory grouping of provinces, but was happy when reassured about the freedom of the Constituent Assembly to drop the constitutions. The fact that this plan would not divide India also pleased them. Congress refused to let only the Muslim League send Muslim representatives to the Executive Council. The Sikhs were not happy as Punjab was in Group B. The groups of scheduled caste reacted differently. The group led by Jagjeevan Ram supported the Congress, while the other group led by Dr. Ambedkar was not happy as only one seat was meant for the scheduled caste. The result of the election of the Constituent Assembly showed an overwhelming majority for the Congress. In this, after the election, the interim government formed. The Viceroy, the Lord Wavell, invited Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru August 14, 1946 to form the interim government. The Muslim League declared 16th August 1946 as Direct Action Day. This led to widespread communal rioting in different parts of India. This was the Muslim League was resigned from the cabinet. They celebrated Direction Action Day on 16th August 1946. Then widespreading the communal rights in the Muslim Galata fighting was happened. In February 1947, Prime Minister Attlee announced that British would leave India latest by 30th June 1948. He also announced that if a Muslim League did not join the Constituent Assembly, the British would decide whom to hand over the power, whether as the whole to some form of central government or in some areas of the existing provincial government. Communal rights became worse as the future was uncertain. The Muslim League called very strongly for the partition of India. Now, Lord Mountbatten's and clauses of Mountbatten Plan. When after that the Mountbatten came with the plan, Lord Mountbatten took over as a viceroy and soon realized that partition was the only answer. On basis, he announced his plan. The partition of Sindh, Bengal and Punjab to be based on the decision of their legislative assemblies. There would be a referendum in northwest frontier province and the part of Sylhet where there was a Muslim majority. Now Sylhet in Pakistan, that is called Balochistan side. The princely states were given freedom to join either India or Pakistan or remain independent. The Boundary Commission would set up to mark out boundaries where and when required. Freedom was to be given to India and Pakistan to join or not join the British Commonwealth. The plan also indicated that the transfer of power would be in 1947 and not in mid-1948. As the first declared, the Muslim League was very happy as it demanded for Pakistan and had been acceded to or listened to. No acceptance of the Mountbatten Plan by the League and Congress. As the British were finally leaving, if they did not accept the plan, there was a chance of the British continuing to rule for many more years. The Congress and Muslim League were worried about the communal rights and convinced that partition was the only solution. Also, the British were now instigating the princes to remain independent. All this could lead to civil war. The Hindu-Muslim Galata was so highly big. To control this, the Mountbatten decided to the India-Pakistan divide must. That's why he made it. To stop this, the murdering, massacring, eating each other, Hindu-Muslim, boy, brother is eating each other, killing each other. Likewise. Working in the interim government with the Muslim League had made the Congress realize that it was not possible to administer along with the Muslim League as they were out to outbust the administrations. The Congress also felt that the partition forming constitution would leave India with a strong center to properly administer the country and rid it of all divisive factors like separate electorates. The British Parliament passed the Indian Independence Act on 15th July 1947. This question may come in your exams. Note down the year. Now, Indian Independence Act 1947, what is that? The India Independence Act 1947 was passed by the British Parliament on July 15th, 1947. Two new and fully sovereign dominions of India and Pakistan were created. Partition of the provinces of Bengal and Punjab between two new countries. Pakistan to be made of West Punjab, Sindh, Northwest Frontier Province, Sylhet, East Bengal and Balochistan. Now East Bengal is Bangladesh now. Now Balochistan in Pakistan occupied Kashmir areas, that is with Pakistan. The army and other administrative services, the assets and liabilities of India would be divided. The princely states were independent and could decide their own future regarding remaining independent or joining either India or Pakistan. The position of Secretary of State would be abolished. Abolition of the use of the title Emperor of India by the British monarch. This was subsequently executed by the King George VI by royal proclamation on 22 June 1948. The conferral of the complete legislative authority upon the respective constituent assemblies of the two new countries. The Governor General would be working as a constitutional-led of both the dominions with the advice of the Council of Ministers. The termination of British suzerainty over the princely states with effect from 15th August 1947 and recognition of the right of state to accede to the either dominion. Now, India's independence. The last independence. Lord Mountbatten continued as Governor General of the Dominion of India, and Muhammad Ali Jinnah became the Governor General of the Dominion of Pakistan. The main question in this comes, who was the last Governor General of India? Then who was the Governor General of Pakistan after Partition of India? This question will come. See, Rajagopalachari was the only Indian and the later Governor General of India. That is the last after the Viceroys left, Mountbatten left from the country. The independent nations of India and Pakistan came into existence on 15th August 1947. Jawaharlal Nehru became the first Prime Minister of India. India became a republic on January 26, 1950. Dr. Rajendra Prasad took over as the first President of India. So this is the Partition of India. You must learn for your examinations. During this period, time events, you must remember for the Partition of India, cabinet missions, Mountbatten plan. What is the proposal of the cabinet mission proposals and failure of the cabinet missions? These things you have to remember for your examinations. Now, Government of Act India 1935, the formation of Congress Minister for 6 provinces. During Second World War 1939, Jinnah declared two-nation theory, August offer. This happened 1940. Two-nation theory, India and Pakistan theory started previous only. A Crip mission, Quit India movement, formation of Indian National Army in 1942 happened. 1945, the Wavell Plan. 1946, Cabinet Mission Plan, formation of interim government. 1947, Mountbatten Plan, Partition of India and independence. The Partition of India 1947, you have to make Cabinet Mission Plan, formation of interim government, and Mountbatten Plan, Partition of India and independence. Good morning class, stay safe, stay home.